Hello world, and welcome to the first edition of the HouseSports radio show. This is your home to hear and discuss sports, issues, and news. I'm Devin, Emory, a junior Morehouse College student from Memphis, Tennessee.
I'm John Smith, an English major from Mobile, Alabama.
So now that we are in the house, let's take it to the kitchen. And John, tell us what's cooking in the kitchen today.
And there are plenty of hot topics cooking in the kitchen, but the main hot topic that we have going on right now is the topic of Cam Newton.
Okay.
Cam Newton, a junior quarterback at Auburn University of the undefeated Auburn Tigers. And a leader in the Heisman Trophy race, has continually been alleged to have received some type of funds from Auburn College, and also from, they said he was going to Mississippi and receiving funds from there as well, man. But the main issue that we're facing with this is the fact that they came out and openly said that he received funds, and also that he had a stolen laptop when he was attending Florida.
They made it very public.
And we came out now, and none of that was true.
Just accusations.
Just accusations, and I think it begs the question. I'm asking you this, Devin. I mean, should the NCAA be given that much power?
No, they shouldn't. I mean, I think it truly taints the images of the athletes, the student athletes. These kids coming to play for these certain institutions. They're doing nothing but positive things, bringing money to the colleges. Auburn is playing perfect right now. I mean, they're undefeated. They're running the table.
I don't know about perfect. They have some close calls, man.
I think they're playing very good football right now at the right time of the year. They got the SEC championship game coming up. And I think Cam Newton has gone through a lot this year with all these false accusations about Mississippi State offering him money and then Auburn coming back and offering more money. His father is, now they're saying it's true that his father received these funds, but they're saying there's no direct connection between his father and Cam Newton. Therefore, he is eligible to play this Saturday.
Deeper than that, man, the Heisman Trophy is not just predicated on stats and running fast alone. You know, it's a political thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's voted on by people, not a machine at all. It's people out there making these decisions, Devin. And when you taint the ideals of people, man, then you taint the process of the Heisman Trophy.
Well,
we don't want that going on.
I tell you what, though, this situation just reminds me exactly of the Reggie Bush situation and him receiving all these funds.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can talk on and on about that. But another pressing issue, another thing that we got cooking on the stove right now is this Derek Jeter situation. I mean, the brother has been the face of the Yankees for the last, as long as I can remember. I've been around. How long have we been around?
Bro, we've been around.
And this guy is just the face of the Yankees. I mean, the hits, the shortstop. You think shortstop in the Yankees, you think Derek Jeter these days.
I mean, but just because I don't mean to cut you off, man. But honestly, man, when you're not producing, this was his worst season. This past season was his worst season.
Exactly, it was.
And just like Shaquille O'Neal in the NBA and countless other quarterbacks in the NFL, when you get older, over
the hump. This brother is over the hump, right? I mean, he's had those great years. He's had all these times, but now he wants this new contract. Now tell us about this contract. This contract here, he's asking for $23 to $25 million per year and another 5 years on the contract.
Devin, I'm gonna come out and say he's not worth it. He's old, and he doesn't have many miles left on his tank. I'm gonna put it out there. He doesn't have that many miles left on his tank. And also, man, that's a lot of money when you have shortstops like Troy Tulowitzki for the Colorado Rockies, who's not even making that much money.
Exactly.
And hitting 20 more home runs.
The best shortstop in the league.
The best shortstop in the league right now. So, I mean, the question, again, I don't mean to keep asking the question, man. Is the idea of the fact of being an icon enough to get that much fundage, or what's the fact of, or the aspect of being an icon within of the MLB?
I mean,
how is that important?
I believe it's a certain time that each player, I mean, you can be the face of the franchise for as long as you want to, but I mean, you can't be asking for that amount of money. I believe that this Derek Jeter guy should just stay with the Yankees for the rest of the remaining of his career, but he should not be asking them for $23, $25 million per year. He's not worth it at this point.
As often as there are, good things in the sports world, Devin, there are also bad things.
Exactly.
There are also bad, and that's going to progress us from the kitchen. Let's go ahead and take it to the bathroom.
To the bathroom.
Devin, there are a couple people that need to get flushed. They need to get flushed, man. And we're going to pop it off with Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is the head coach of the Denver Broncos, the struggling Denver Broncos. Who are 3-8 within the AFC, man.
Did they have some talent last year?
They used to have talent. That's before they gave away a 3-time Pro Bowler, Brandon Marshall, and also a quarterback in Jay Cutler, who he's doing pretty good over there with the Bears.
Yes,
he's doing good over there with the Bears, though they're 3-8, the Bears are 8-3. So I mean, that's a huge aspect. So hey, Josh McDaniels,
what? Time to get flushed.
You're getting flushed.
Time to get flushed.
Hey, take it away, Devin, man. Who's getting flushed on your end, man?
I'm just going to focus on the quarterback that plays for those Cardinals.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. His name, Derek Anderson. I think this is his first year taking over since Kurt Warner retired last year. But the kid is having a hard time this year. They are struggling. And Monday Night Football, they played just a couple days ago.
They did, 49ers.
And they played against those 49ers. And let me just say it lightly, it didn't turn out well for the Cardinals.
They got tagged.
They got tagged. So afterwards, during the game, there's some footage of quarterback Derek Anderson and one of the offensive linemen on the sideline. Yeah. And Anderson is laughing.
While they're taking the beat.
At this point, they are down by 18.
Yeah.
And it's just not looking good. Fans are mad. The media's mad. Everybody wants to know what's going on down there.
So the media asked the obvious question. What was so funny? It was an innocent question. It wasn't like he attacked him in any way. He said, well, I saw that you had some type of humor was going on.
No.
I wonder what was so funny.
Yeah, he was pursuing an answer from Derek Anderson. But, Anderson in the post-game interview just seemed a little bit on edge about the matter.
He was ready to go on.
He didn't want to discuss the issue at all. He said,
I think the word you're looking for is standoffish.
Yeah, standoffish. He just came at the reporter in just a negative way. I just think it was just uncalled for. He didn't have to start cursing and coming at the reporter's head just with the reporter doing his own job. And for that matter, what happens to Derek Anderson? What happens to Derek Anderson?
Derek Anderson, you got to get flushed.
He got to get flushed. So now that we leave in the bathroom, it's time to take it to the backyard because we can let off all this steam, and now it's time to just go to the backyard and relax. So, John,
let's take it back to the AUC, man.
Let's go back to the AUC. John, tell us what's going on in our backyard.
In our backyard in the AUC, man, great news is that the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse went 8-2 in their football season. They went all the way to the playoffs, man, but just faltered in the first round. And I think this is great because in the last 3 years, under the tutelage of Coach Freeman, they've really been able to have some success, which they were not able to have before he arrived, man. I think that it's fostering some ideal of camaraderie, man, and actual belief that they can really win games now, man, because before people just went to see the band. Devin, people went to see the band. So I think that's wonderful, man. I think it's really refreshing for the AUC to have any type of place or any type of sport that's doing good, man.
Making national news.
Making national news, man.
That's some big things. All right, so now we're going to wrap up this session of House Sports, and we're going to head to our last segment of the show called Let's Clean House. We're going to clean some house. So on Sunday, it was a game in Houston. The NFL, it was a battle between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans, in which the Tennessee Titans were playing with their third-string quarterback. And during the game, the Tennessee Titans were just getting manhandled by the Texans.
They didn't even score that.
And in the second half, it was a little altercation that went down, John. Texans wide receiver Andre Johnson and Tennessee Titans defensive back Cortland Finnegan had an altercation in which it was some haymakers thrown, John.
David, I don't mean to stop you, but an altercation is in which there are two people fighting. I just saw Andre Johnson beating on a little boy.
Hey,
that's all I saw.
It was nasty. But that's not the problem. It's not the problem they were out there fighting.
What's the issue?
Because when people get in trouble at the house, what happens? There's some kind of discipline. There's some kind of discipline that goes on in the house. So, Roger Goodell, commissioner of the NFL, he gave them a little tap on the wrist, John.
Tap on the wrist?
$25,000 per player. And guess what? They get to play in the next game. No suspension.
Didn't they find Dante Robinson $75,000 for that hit he made?
Hey. So, in conclusion, it's just what we should expect from Commissioner Roger Goodell. Out of all these little harsh hits and people getting fined $75,000 for a little helmet-to-helmet collision that was incidental, let's just ask Pittsburgh Steelers defensive lineman James Harrison, who's just collecting them these days. I just think Roger Goodell needs to tighten up his fine judgments because certainly things are a little bit out of whack from his judgment point of view.
It's definitely James Harrison is the victim in this situation. You got man that he's for 4 games straight, man, been fined $125,000. I don't know about you, Devin, but that's a lot of tuition money for me, man. So just to wrap it up, man, we're cleaning house, man. Thank you for House Sports, man. If you want to talk sports,
take it to the house. Catch us out on our blog, www.housesports.wordpress.com. And we're out, people.
Peace.